The Valiant and Monument Conference champions meet in the AWL Championship finally, and our Widows are making their third championship appearance in league history, while this isn't Tormenta's first. Will experience favor our girls, or will the newcomers take the title? Beginning in Game 1, our ace Serena Slider is on the mound, while the Tormenta don't go with their ace, instead starting Celeste Arroyo. Kiwi Lightning leads off for the Tormenta, and she gives the 0-1 a ride way out to right field. Alexis gambles on her horse and runs it down for a loud out number 1. Dina Diaz is up next, and Slider notches her first K of the game as Diaz can't pull the trigger on the high fastball. 2 outs for Beatriz Garcia. Slider can't set down the side in order though, as Garcia blasts a hard grounder through the Nightingale hole and into left. She's on with a single, bringing up the powerful bat of Jade Chavez. Chavez jumps on the first pitch and takes it back up the middle into center. 2 quick hits put a bit of pressure on Slider now, as Mariana Morales steps in. Mariana excels at getting RBIs, but is denied this time as Slider strikes her out to get out of danger. Tormenta strand 2 in their half of the first. Widows turn to hit next. Our speedy leadoff hitter Yao Ling doesn't get to do any damage on the bases this time, as she grounds out to short. Chloe Nightingale takes Arroyo to 3-2 and skies the inside pitch to left. Diaz gets under it for out number 2 as her sister Lilith hopes to keep the inning going. She smokes the first pitch to first and Garcia nabs it to end the inning. The first frame comes to a close and both teams are scoreless. The pitchers came ready to work opening the series, still scoreless in the top of the 4th. And with a runner on third and 2 outs, Mia Ruiz steps in for the Tormenta. Ruiz hits a hard grounder to first. Dixon dives for it and can't field it cleanly. It's ruled to hit and the go-ahead run scores. I know what everyone is thinking. Rules would have had that one. You're probably right. Slider comes right back and strikes out Ezreal Campbell to end the inning, but the valve has been opened as the Tormenta lead by 1. The Widows come up in their half of the 4th and are unable to respond as Arroyo strikes out Chloe Nightingale, then Lilith Nightingale, and makes quick work of Crush Gonzalez as she lines out to second. Arroyo is rolling through 4 innings of work. Serena Slider will not be outdone by her counterpart though, as in the Tormenta half of the 5th, she has a quick inning of her own. The former Widow catcher Kanye Jin grounds out to Lilith at short for the first out. Then she strikes out Arroyo quickly on 3 straight pitches and caps off the inning in style with a strikeout of Kiwi Lightning. That gives Slider 6 through 5 innings, and she's doing exactly what you expect from your ace here in Game 1. With 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, Yao Ling ends her overnight, getting this grounder past Arroyo on the mound. Ruiz makes the diving stop, but the throw is late. Ling is on with a single. Chloe Nightingale looks to follow up, and the sacrifice bunt is on. It works like a charm, moving Ling into scoring position for Lilith, who is also 0 for 2 on the night. Arroyo throws 4 straight pitches, none of them in the zone, and walks her on an absolute head-scratching decision to bring up Crush Gonzalez, who, you guessed it, is 0 for 2 as well. The 3-1 from Arroyo is high and possibly out of the zone, but Gonzalez's chase here does not pay off as she skies the ball to left. It's an easy play for Dina Diaz as the Tormenta starting pitching continues to frustrate in Game 1. Top 8 and Jackie Brooks takes over for Serena Slider as her night comes to an end. We know Brooks throws some gas, but her former teammate Kanye Jin is ready for her on the first pitch as she smokes it past a diving Lilith at short and reaches base with a leadoff single. Luna Ordonez digs in for her first AB. Brooks bounces back, showing Ordonez her curveball, and she's frozen at the dish for the first down. The top of the order comes up in Kiwi Lightning. Jin on the 1-1 takes off for second. She's not known for her speed at all, and Pontarelli botches the easy out as the ball sails into the outfield. Jin reaches safely. Lightning puts the 1-2 in play down the line at third, having stopped by Chloe, but we know Kiwi's got the speed to beat the throw, and she does. 2 on, 1 out for Dina Diaz. She's 0 for 3 in the game, but changes her fortunes here as the line drive to right moves everyone up 90 feet. Bags are full and nowhere to put Beatriz Garcia. We've entered the danger zone. Good morning, Good afternoon and good night, says Jackie Brooks, sitting Garcia down on 3 straight pitches. Fantastic pitching. Now all she has to do is get the final out of the inning. Chavez was perfect on the day, but no more as she grounds out to second. The Widows avoid damage, forcing the Tormenta to leave the bases loaded. Top of the order due up in the bottom of the 8th for our girls. Gotta make something happen here, and soon. Evangeline Benitez takes over on the mound and promptly walks Yao Ling to lead off the Widow 8th. Chloe's turn now, and Ling gets herself in the scoring position with another stolen base. Chloe tries to lay a bunt down, but pops it up instead for the first out, so Lilith gets a crack at it now. She's over 2 with the walk. Benitez paints the inside corner and Lilith strikes out. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs for the playoff leader in home runs, Crush Gonzalez. She gets the full count, but I guess that's not the pitch she was looking for, as she also goes down on strikes. A beautiful chance goes to waste, and the Widows still trail by 1. Kanye Jin steps in with 2 on and 1 away in the 9th. She hits a scorcher to first, and just like the last time, the ball gets away from Dixon and rolls into foul territory. History repeats itself as the runner from second rounds third and scores, making it 2-0 Tormenta. And that would be the final in Game 1, as the Tormenta take the 1-0 series lead, out hitting the Widows 10-2. Both starting pitchers did their parts, but the normally good Widow defense let them down, and the bats didn't really show up either. 3 stars are Serena Slider, Celeste Arroyo, and Kanye Jin. Putting Game 1 behind us, it's on to Game 2 of the series, where our Widows are hoping their bats show up. I spoke to manager Claire Soriano before this one, and she wants the team to be more aggressive in the box. We'll see how that works. The other big story, Rose Davenport returns to the lineup after missing substantial time due to the yips. We'll see if she can bounce back to form. Let's start in the bottom of the first with Chloe Nightingale's first AB of the game. She reaches base, lining the 2-2 pass short and into center. Lilith follows, looking to get their second hit of the game early. She doesn't get the second hit, but does move her sister to second on the ground out. Here comes Crush Gonzalez with an early RBI opportunity. Molina, smartly if I may add, avoids pitching directly to Crush, instead pitching around her to put her on first, and the returning Rose Davenport, who was the regular season leader in RBI, steps in. Her first at-bat back doesn't go well, as she grounds out to second, ending the first there. No score for either side. We haven't talked about the Widows starter, Audrey Messier, yet, but here in the second, she has a great inning, starting by striking out Beatrice Garcia. Then blows the 3-2 fastball by Mariana Morales at 100 miles per hour for the second out. She caps off a dominant second frame by completing the hat trick, striking out Azriel Campbell. Messier has looked dominant all through these playoffs, and that seems to not be changing here. Bottom 2, and with 1 out, Fatima de la Cruz gets the Widows their second hit of the game with a single. Can Jennifer Marks get the third? 2-2 one more time. Marks drills it out to right field. Short fence gone. Talk about a way to get the third hit of the game in style. That'll do it very nicely. Marks gives our Widows a 2-0 lead with their first home run of the playoffs. After the home run from Marks, the Widows are threatening again here with 2 outs as Chloe Nightingale rips a single up the middle, so Lilith has a chance to add more runs. She doesn't bring a run around, but she does get herself on with a single to left, and that loads the bases for the absolute worst person you want to face, Crush Gonzalez. Gonzalez comes through, lining the 3-1 into center and getting our girls their third run of the inning. Rose Davenport comes up again with another RBI chance. Davenport takes a chance on the first pitch, and it barely pays off, looping in front of Diaz. Welcome back, Rose. The scoring ends there as Pontarelli grounds out to first, but the game plan of being aggressive is working so far in Game 2. Top 4, and with a runner on second, Jade Chavez hammers the pitch from Messier way out to center. Ling gives chase to the track, jumps up, and snags it. The runner does move to third on the long out, but there are 2 outs for Beatrice Garcia. Can the Tormenta get on the board? Messier says no as she gets Garcia chasing to end the inning. She stays on fire on the mound. The Widow bats now look to do the same. Maritza Molina leaves after 4 1/3 innings, and Amanda Olivencia takes over. She gives up a base hit to Chloe Nightingale, then strikes out Lilith for out number 2 to bring up Crush Gonzalez, who also reaches base, flitting this ball over the shortstop and into left. 2 on for another Rose Davenport RBI chance. Remember, Rose set the AWL record for RBIs in a season, and she hits the first pitch past Olivencia on the mound and into center. Runner around third, and the throw home is not in time. It's 5-0. Pontarelli then walks to load the bases for Fatima de la Cruz. She puts a charge into the first pitch, but it doesn't have enough juice as it stays in the park and lands in the glove of Crystal Cruz. Our Widows have come to play in Game 2, leading by 5 after 4 innings. Mariana Morales leads off the Tormenta 5th, hitting a ball to the hole at short. Lilith dives and gets it, but can't get a throw over in time. She's safe. That brings up Azrael Campbell. He turns on the inside pitch and gives it a ride to the right center gap. It rolls to the wall. Morales rounds third as the throw comes in, but it's late. The Tormenta finally score. Messier took that run scored personally as she gets active, striking out Dina Diaz on the curveball, then gets Ramona Posada, chasing for a second K in a row, and ends the inning, sitting down pinch hitter Frida Busto on the ground out. She gets all 3 outs herself as the Widow lead is cut to 4. Lilith Nightingale steps in with the bases loaded in their half of the 8th. She hits a rope out to center, and it just gets down in front of Chavez to bring 1 run in. It's 6-1 now, and a perfect Crush Gonzalez is looking to add more. 3 at-bats, 3 hits, all singles for Gonzalez as she nets another RBI for her team and makes it 7-1. The heart of the order continues with Rose Davenport. Rose can't get the bat off her shoulder, looking at the high pitch for strike 3. Questionable perhaps, but 2 outs now for Carla Pontarelli. She gets it done, hammering a ground ball into center and adding 1 more run in the inning. Widows get 3 in the 5th and would tack on 2 more in the 7th. Audrey Messier also pitched a complete game as the Widows bite back, tying the series at 1 with a huge 10-1 win in Game 2. 3 stars in Game 2 are Audrey Messier, Carla Pontarelli, and Jennifer Marks. The series switches gears here as we go from Puerto Rico to Cuba and El Viejo Stadium as the Tormenta look to get a leg up in their first of 3 at home. They start their ace Luisa Clemente while Roxy Reyes starts for our Widows. Let's start Game 3 in the bottom of the 2nd as Crush Gonzalez's patience pays off with a leadoff walk, bringing up Rose Davenport. Davenport launches the 0-1 from Clemente way out to left, and it just misses getting over the wall instead, hitting the top of it. It's just a single though as Gonzalez was forced to hold, so she only moves up to 90 feet to second. It does put 2 on though for Aura Valentin and her return to El Viejo. Clemente gets her swinging over the 3-2 fastball for out number 1. Now Jennifer Marks has the RBI chance. She homered in Game 2 and here takes the first pitch from Clemente and deposits it in the left center gap. Gonzalez and Davenport come around to score as Marks puts the Widows on the board first with a 1-out, 2 RBI double. Fatima de la Cruz hits a line drive to short, and what a highlight play from Kiwi Lightning to take away a hit and double up Marks in the process to end the inning. Tormenta look to respond in their half of the 2nd with the runner on first already. Raya throws the 96-mile-an-hour fastball by Crystal Cruz for the first out of the inning. Mia Ruiz faces the same fate as she chases a high fastball, 2 in a row, bringing up Azrael Campbell to keep the inning alive. He hits a liner to second, and it gets off the top of De La Cruz's glove. Campbell is safe at first, and this puts runners on the corners for Ramona Posada. Campbell gets second on the stolen base, but it doesn't matter as Posada looks at the outside fastball, ringer up, strike 3, inning over, and crisis averted. With the runner on second in the bottom of the 3rd, on the 3-2, Beatriz Garcia hits a line drive into center. Ling prevents extra bases, cutting it off before the wall, but the Tormenta get on the board. It's 2-1. That's all they'd get in the inning as Jade Chavez comes up and grounds into the 3-5-3 double play to end the inning, but they're 1 run away from tying it up, which is what matters. In the bottom of the 4th, Crystal Cruz steps up. The Tormenta still trailing by 1. Crystal is ready for the curveball and sends it way out to left. It skirts over the wall for a solo shot. The home run by Cruz ties this one up at 2. The Widows respond though in the top of the 5th with runners on the corners. Crush Gonzalez fists the 2-2 to right. Ruiz lays down for it but can't get it. It's down for a single and an RBI as Chloe Nightingale moves up to 3rd as well. Runners in the corners again this time for Rose Davenport. Gonzalez's speed comes into play as she steals 2nd. But despite the solid contact from Davenport, it's a lineout that ends the inning there. Widows have the lead again though, 3-2. Fast forward, bottom of the 8th, and Donisha Moss is on the mound facing the leadoff hitter Jade Chavez. Moss has not given up a single run all playoffs, but that changes here as Chavez turns on the inside pitch and puts it into the left field seats. It's a home run, the 2nd of the game, ties it up again, this time at 3. From there, Game 3 goes into extra innings, and in the bottom of the 10th, with Donisha Moss on the mound, there's 2 outs, and Mariana Morales steps in. Mariana Morales 0-for-3 with the walk in the game so far. 3-3 ball game. A run here for the Tormenta will win them the game. Second pitch of the at-bat. Morales drills it out the right center. You can forget about it. It's a home run. Walk it off here at AWL Stadium. Mariana Morales as she wins the game 4-3 for the Tormenta. The walk-off home run by Morales gives the Tormenta the 2-1 series lead, heading into a pivotal Game 4 for both sides. 3 stars are Jennifer Marks, Mariana Morales, and Crush Gonzalez. Game 4 is crucial, and we're picking this one up in the top of the 6th. Lilith Nightingale leads off and she rips the first pitch to her back in the center. She's on board with the single as Crush Gonzalez steps up. She's 0-for-2 to this point, but gets herself on base, drawing a walk as Rose Davenport digs in. Davenport hits a soft liner to short. It bounces off Campbell's glove and gets into the outfield. It's the worst possible outcome as Nightingale beats the throw home, and finally someone scores in Game 4. Carla Pontarelli follows Davenport and walks as well. Olivencia loads the bases for Jennifer Marks. Marks continues to be reliable in this series as she slaps the 1-2 through the infield into center. Everyone moves up 90 feet and the Widow lead is now 2. After De La Cruz pops out to center, Alexis Gamble grounds into a double play and the Tormenta avoid a disaster inning, instead keeping the Widow lead at 2. Moving to the top of the 9th and the Widows still lead by 2, but Crush Gonzalez steps in with the bases loaded. You can't walk a run in, but Gonzalez fouls off 3 straight pitches on 3-2, and Evangeline Benitez walks her anyway. This scores the 3rd run of the game and brings up Rose Davenport. Coro Alvarez takes over for Benitez, and Davenport welcomes into the game by lining this ball past 3rd and into left. The 2nd run of the inning scores. It's 4-0. Our girls are trying to put this one away late. Pontarelli keeps the floodgates open as she smashes the 3-2 into the right center gap and to the wall. 2 more runs come around to score, making it 6-0, and Jennifer Marks adds 1 more in the inning, turning on the inside 3-2 and plopping it into right field. That puts the Widows up by 7, and they win Game 4 convincingly 7-2 with 15 hits to tie the AWL Championship Series up at 2 apiece. 3 stars are all Widows: Vika Ivanova, Jennifer Marks, and Carla Pontarelli. With the series tied at 2, Game 5 is crucial for both sides as a win will put them 1 game away from clinching the AWL Championship. Serena Slider and Celeste Arroyo take the mound. Maybe we'll have a repeat of the pitching in Game 1. With 1 out in the 1st, Chloe Nightingale jumps on the first pitch and drives it out the right center. It's in the gap, and Chloe slides into 2nd with a double. Lilith tries to bring her home next. She doesn't get a chance to, though, as she draws a walk instead to get herself on for Crush Gonzalez's first AB of Game 5. Gonzalez, to no one's surprise, gets pitched around here. Pick your poison, though, because it's Rose Davenport's turn with the bases loaded. Rose loads up and skies the 1-1 high into center. Bad news is, it's 2nd out of the inning, but the good news is, it's plenty deep to bring Chloe home from 3rd, so the Widows strike first in Game 5. Tormenta will get their chance to respond in their half of the 1st. Serena Slider begins her day with a rare leadoff walk of Crystal Cruz. That brings up Kiwi Lightning in the 2-hole. Slider gets the ground ball she wanted, but they can't double up Kiwi, only getting Cruz at second for the first out. So Jade Chavez's big bat with a chance to do some damage. Chavez climbs the ladder on the 1-1 and drills it out to left. Gonzalez looks up at it. Damage done. This ball is gone. The 2-run shot puts the Tormenta in front. With runners in the corners and 2 outs in the second, the hit and run works to perfection here as Ling moves to second. Chloe reaches with the single, and the Widows tie the game at 2. That brings up Lilith Nightingale. She's right on time with this swing, driving the 1-1 to center for a single. So the bases are loaded once again, this time for Crush Gonzalez. The best player in the AWL comes through on the very first pitch, putting it into center, and not 1, but 2 runs come around to score. As the lead changes hands again, it's 4-2 Widows, with Rose Davenport hoping to continue the 2-out rally. Gonzalez takes off on the 1-0 and slides into second safely, putting herself in a scoring position, and Rose does the rest. She grounds a 3-1 past Arroyo on the mound and into center as she gets her second RBI in the game. Carla Pontarelli wants to get her 15th playoff RBI here, you know that, right? She does just that by lining the 1-0 past third and into left. Arroyo is rattled out there on the mound as the Widows explode for 5 in the inning, making it 6-2. From there, the Widows would score 5 more runs, 3 in the third and 1 in the fourth and fifth, to win easily 11-2 in Game 5 and set themselves up to win their 3rd AWL Championship in league history with a win in Game 6. 3 stars are once again all Widows: Crush Gonzalez, Chloe Nightingale, and Serena Slider. It's time to see if our Widows can put the series to bed here in Game 6 at home. They have never won a championship clinching game at home so far, and they'll have at least 2 chances to do it. Audrey Messier has locked in already, and she begins by striking out AWL Campbell. She gets ahead of Chavez quickly 0-2, and freezes her out as well with a strikeout. Messier working quickly here to begin Game 6. Audrey gets all 3 outs herself as Beatriz Garcia weakly grounds out. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Widows and their second starter in the rotation. Chloe Nightingale hits a slow roller to short. Lightning barehanded pickup and fires to first, but Garcia can't scoop it. Chloe reaches safely on the air. Lilith gets the count full, but the off-speed pitch fools her, and she's down on strikes. 1 more out to go, and it's Crush Gonzalez. She takes the inside pitch the other way, and it gets through into left. So 2 on, 2 outs for Rose Davenport. Davenport's unable to get it done here, weakly hitting a grounder to first. Garcia wins the race to the bag, and the first comes to a close, scoreless on both sides. In the top of the third, facing Dina Diaz, disastrous strikes Audrey Messier in the form of a comebacker. Diaz does end up safe at first, but Audrey Messier has a body contusion and stays on the mound to pace Ramona Posada. The defense helps her out as Pontarelli throws out Diaz, trying to steal second for the first out. Messier follows that up by striking out Posada for out number 2 and getting Maritza Molina to ground down to second, inning over. We saw her get injured earlier in the regular season and finish that game. She wants to do that here in the championship. Widows have a runner on third with 2 outs as Lilith Nightingale steps in, hoping to get our girls on the board. Molina doesn't allow the run as she gets Nightingale to ground down to short, and the pitchers are once again doing their thing in Game 6. In the bottom of the 4th, with the bases loaded, Alexis Gamble drives this 1-1 out to right. Cruz records second out, but the Widows finally break the deadlock and score on the sac fly. Audrey Messier, who I remind you is playing injured, helps herself out here as she gets enough of the 2-0 from Molina, and it lands in center. The runner from second scores, and it's 2-0 Widows. That's all they'd get in the inning, but our girls are out in front after 4. The offenses would go quiet after that, so it all comes down to the bottom of the 9th inning. Widows still lead by 2. Jane Sappho begins by getting Ramona Posada to ground down to second. Then she strikes out Kanye Jin. 1 more out to go, and it's the top of the order in Azriel Campbell. Azriel Campbell 0 for 3 on the day. Tormenta trail by 2. First pitch from Sappho in there, strike 1. 1 more out here in the game, and the Widows will get their 3rd AWL Championship Series win in league history. It's 0-2. Curveball, swing and a miss. Azriel Campbell goes down, and just like that, the Widows win the AWL Championship once again for the third season in a row. It has been a long, hard-fought road to get here. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, shame on me and the league, as the Widows proved that 3 times, not a fluke. They are one of the more dominant teams here in the AWL, and have captured the first 3 championships in league history. Congratulations to our girls. The AWL Championship Series goes to the Widows once again. And that's how the 3rd season of the Widows franchise comes to a close. I say 3 because of the one I played before making content on SMB2, so that's why I say 3 total. Anyway, that brings my longest series on the channel to a close. This started 2 years ago in 2020, so to see it finally come to an end is bittersweet in a way. But don't worry, the AWL will return with SMB4. Would you like to see the Widows again, or a new team because the league will expand? Let me know. It feels good to be back, B team. It really does. Hit the like button if you're new around here. Consider subscribing as well. Thank you all so much for following and being patient with me during my break. And I'm back. Until next time, B team, you know what to do. Keep on shining and keep on grinding. I will see you all in the next one.